Good morning everyone. Today we discuss disorders of excretory system, excretory organs in different animal groups, PU questions. With this today I am going to complete this chapter. So disorders of excretory system, uremia, malfunctioning of kidneys lead to uremia. Malfunction means not properly perform their work. So due to malfunctioning of kidneys, some people suffering from uremia. So what is uremia? Presence of high amount of urea. High amount of urea in the blood is known as uremia. So due to malfunctioning of kidneys, some persons may suffer from uremia. Malfunctioning means not properly perform their function. Artificial kidney is the boon for uremia patients. Artificial kidney also known as hemodialyzer. Hemodialyzer or artificial kidney. Disorders of excretory system. So first one is uremia. What is uremia? Presence of excess amount of urea in the blood is known as uremia. The solution only dialysis. The dialysis is done in hemodialyzer or artificial kidney. It is the artificial kidney. In artificial kidney, cellophane tube is present. Cellophane tube is made up of cellulose. It is impermeable to macromolecules, permeable to micromolecules only. Micromolecules only. One end of the cellophane tube connected to radial artery. Before they connect, they pour the heparin. Heparin is a anticoagulant, prevent blood clot in the cellophane tube. One end of the cellophane tube connected to radial artery. Another end of the cellophane tube connected to radial vein. Before they connected to radial vein, pour the antiheparin. Antiheparin neutralize the heparin. Now blood is circulating within the patient body and in the cellophane tube. Cellophane tube is submerged in the dialyzing solution. The composition of dialyzing solution is same like that of our blood except urea, uric acid. So composition is same. Urea, uric acid present in the blood of uremia patient. So dialyzing solution without urea, uric acid. So the composition of dialyzing solution and human blood is the same except urea, uric acid. While blood is passing through submerged cellophane tube in the hemodialyzer, urea and uric acid diffuses into dialyzing solution. It is a transparent apparatus. The patient also observes the diffusion. So once the urea, uric acid enter into dialyzing solution, it became opaque, thick. So at the time, they remove the used dialyzing solution and add fresh dialyzing solution. So the process is about this procedure is continue for about 2 to 5 hours depending upon the urea in the blood. After some time, the patient also came to know no further diffusion of urea, uric acid. Means urea, uric acid present in the blood of that person is completely diffuses into the hemodialyzer. Later, they remove the cellophane tube connected to radial artery. The total blood through radial vein, cellophane tube transfer the blood into radial vein. So that's why hemodialyzer is a boon to the uremia patients. So hemodialyzer, also known as artificial kidney. Hemodialyzer contain a tube made up of cellophane. So the cellophane tube is made up of cellulose. So contain a cellophane tube, it is made up of cellulose. And the tube is impermeable to macromolecules like plasma protein, permeable to urea, uric acid only. The hemodialyzer contain dialyzing solution. Cellophane tube submerged in dialyzing solution. The composition of dialyzing solution is same like that of blood except urea and uric acid. One end of the cellophane tube connected to radial artery, another end connected to radial vein. Before they connected to radial artery, pour the heparin. Heparin prevent blood clot inside the cellophane tube. Before they connected to radial vein, they pour antiheparin. Antiheparin prevent the action of heparin. Now blood is circulating in the patient and in the kidney, artificial kidney. So while blood is circulating, urea, uric acid diffuses from the cellophane tube into the dialyzing solution. So after some time, the hemodialyzer become opaque. So due to previously very transparent, clear water, now urea, uric acid diffuses into hemodialyzer. It is not transparent. At the time, they remove the used dialyzer solution, add fresh dialyzing solution. In this manner, this process is continue for 2 to 5 hours. This process is continue for about 2 to 5 hours. Depending upon the uric acid present in the blood of uremia patient. So, regarding artificial kidney, another disorder, renal calculi. So, kidney stones or some salts are in the form of crystals in the renal pelvis and calyces, particularly sodium oxalates and phosphates in the form of what is renal calculi? Kidney stones. Also, kidney stones are crystal form of salts, particularly sodium oxalates and phosphates. Severe pain occur in patients suffering from kidney stones. So, laser treatment. So, sometimes initially they give medication. The medicine may dissolve. In some cases, dissolve the stones. Or in some cases, they break the stones by sending laser rays. Renal calculi. Acute kidney failure. Acute kidney failure. Acute means suddenly. Suddenly in some persons, kidney fail to perform its function. At the time, only kidney transplantation. So, during kidney transplantation, it is better to choose the donor from close relatives. Reason is tissue antigens and blood group antigens should be matched. Then only the body accepted the donor organ. So, in case of acute kidney failure, so kidney failure means the kidney perform its function but fail to perform its function effectively is known as kidney failure. Acute means develop suddenly. Some bacteria, virus also cause acute kidney problems. At the time, kidney transplantation is the only remedy. So, during kidney transplantation also it is better to accept kidney from close relatives. At the time, tissue antigens and blood group antigens are matched. Next one is glomerulonephritis. Glomerulonephritis, inflammation of glomerulus and different blood capillaries. Glomerulus is a bunch of blood capillaries. Inflammation of glomerulus is known as glomerulonephritis. The glomerulus becomes swell, so filtration not occur properly, ultrafiltration not occur properly. It may be caused by bacteria, virus, parasites, or in case of diabetes patient also glomerulonephritis. In case of uremia patient also glomerulonephritis. Inflammation of glomerulus is known as glomerulonephritis. So, uremia due to malfunctioning of kidney, excess amount of urea present in the blood, such patient is known as uremia patient. Second one, acute kidney failure. Suddenly kidney fail to perform their function effectively. Renal calculi, kidney stones or some salts like particularly sodium oxalates or phosphates present in renal calyx and renal pelvis. Severe pain occur. Renal calculi. Glomerulonephritis, swelling, inflammation of glomerulus is known as glomerulonephritis. Now we discuss excretory organs in different animal groups. excretory organs in different animal groups. Protonephridia. Are flame cells. Protonephridia, first formed nephridia. Protonephridia are flame cells perform excretion and osmoregulation, regulation of osmotic concentration, osmotic pressure of the blood by eliminating or by retaining water. So that is known as osmoregulation. Protonephridia main function is osmoregulation, regulation of body fluid levels and excretion. So protonephridia flame cells perform osmoregulation and excretion in members of phylum Platyhelminthes. Phylum Platyhelminthes. Rotifera, some annelidans, Protonephridia are the excretory organs. Now we discuss flame cell. Flame cell is a circular cell, contain several pseudopodia. With the help of pseudopodia, collect the excess amount of water, nitrogenous waste material and release it into the lumen of the cell. In the lumen of the cell, several cilia are present. All the cilia beat in one direction. The fluids collected in the flame cell enter into the duct. Finally, the duct sent out the water and nitrogenous waste material through excretory pore. The moving cilia resemble like flickering of flame. Flickering means moving flame. That's why these cells got the name flame cells. Flame cells perform excretion and osmoregulation. Platyhelminthes, Rotifera, some annelidans and Cephalochordata. Subphylum Cephalochordata. Example, Branchiostoma. In Cephalochordata also, flame cells perform excretion and osmoregulation. Nephridia. Nephridia are the excretory organs. Nephridia. Nephridium singular, nephridia plural. Nephridia are the excretory organs in Annelida. Coiled ducts. Nephridia are the excretory organs in Annelida. Malphizian tubules. Are excretory organs in insects and terrestrial arthropods. Malphizian tubules. Green glands are antennary glands. Are antennary glands. Green glands are present at the base of each antenna. Number of green glands equal to number of antennary glands. So green glands or antennary glands are excretory organs in prawn. Prawn belong to class Crustacea. In all crustacean, green glands are the excretory organs. You already know in hemichordata, proboscis gland. Proboscis gland perform excretion in hemichordata. In mollusca, metanephridia and pericardial glands. Chambers of heart. The double-walled membrane present around the heart, pericardial membranes. In mollusca, around the heart, double-walled pericardium is present. The pericardium contains pericardial glands. The pericardial glands collect the nitrogenous waste material from hemocoel released into the pericardial cavity. In the pericardial cavity, metanephridia are present. Nephridium with nephrostome, known as metanephridia. So collect the nitrogenous waste material with nephrostome, finally sent out through nephridial pore. So pericardial glands and metanephridia perform excretion in members of phylum Mollusca. Protonephridia. Protonephric kidneys. Protonephric kidneys are the functional kidneys in larval forms of amphibia. Mesonephric kidneys. Mesonephric kidneys are the functional kidneys in fishes and adult amphibia. Metanephric kidneys. Metanephric kidneys are present in reptilia, aves, and mammals. In metanephric kidneys, hypertonic urine is formed. Concentration of urine is more than that of blood. So metanephric kidneys are the functional kidneys in reptilia, aves, and mammal. Mesonephric kidneys present in fishes and adult amphibian. Protonephric kidneys are the functional kidneys in larval forms of amphibia. So excretory organs in different animal groups. So synthesis of urea take place in liver and it is known as ornithine cycle. Two ammonia molecules and react with one carbon dioxide. As a result, urea is formed. Formula of urea: C double bond O NH2 NH2. So it is the urea. So two ammonia react with one carbon dioxide. As a result, urea is formed and the cycle is known as ornithine cycle. Ornithine cycle occur in liver. Synthesis of urea, ornithine cycle. Ornithine cycle occur in liver. One molecule of ammonia, one molecule of carbon dioxide react with ornithine. One ATP molecule is utilized. As a result, citrulline amino acid is formed. One molecule of water molecule is released. Another molecule of ammonia react with citrulline. As a result, arginine amino acid is formed. One water molecule is released. In presence of arginase enzyme, utilizing one water molecule, urea and ornithine is formed. In this manner, by utilizing two ammonia molecules and one carbon dioxide, urea is formed. After formation, urea is sent out. So three amino acids involved: ornithine, citrulline and arginase, and two ATP molecules are utilized. One ATP molecule is utilized for the formation of citrulline. Another ATP molecule is utilized for the formation of arginine. So in this manner, urea synthesized in liver. Synthesis of urea is known as ornithine cycle. Now we discuss PU questions. Page number 299. So exercise: define glomerular filtration rate. First question is define glomerular filtration rate. Glomerular filtration rate is the amount of nitrogenous waste material filtrated into the lumina of Bowman capsule, and it is about 125 ml per minute. Glomerular filtration rate is defined as the amount of nitrogenous waste material and micromolecular substances filtrate into the lumina of Bowman capsule, and the rate is 125 ml per minute. Next one is explain the auto-regulation mechanism of glomerular filtration rate. Auto-regulation. If the glomerular filtrate rate is, so try to exceed more than 125 ml. At the time, the afferent arteriole contract. Due to contraction of afferent arteriole, less amount of blood enter into glomerulus. If the blood volume is less, in the afferent arteriole, juxtaglomerular cells release. We already discussed while discussing regulation of kidney function. Juxtaglomerular cells release renin enzyme. The renin enzyme acts on angiotensinogen secreted by liver, converted into angiotensin 1. Now the lungs release angiotensin, release the angiotensin converting enzyme. The angiotensin converting enzyme converts the angiotensin 1 into angiotensin 2. Now the angiotensin 2 stimulate the adrenal cortex. Adrenal cortex release aldosterone hormone. Aldosterone hormone promote the faculty to reabsorption. Blood volume increases. If the blood volume is more, at the time afferent arteriole contracts, reduce the glomerular filtration rate. If the blood volume is less in the afferent arteriole, juxtaglomerular cells release renin. Finally, adrenal cortex release aldosterone, and aldosterone promote faculty to reabsorption, increase the blood volume. Next one is indicate whether the following statements are true or false. Micturition is carried out by, first statement, micturition is carried out by a reflex, correct? That is known as micturition reflex. What is micturition? The release of urine from the urinary bladder is known as micturition. So, the nerve activity involved in micturition known as micturition reflex. Antidiuretic hormone helps in water elimination, making the urine hypotonic. Making the urine hypertonic. ADH remove the water from the urine. So due to removal of water, what happens? Urine become more and more concentrated, not hypotonic urine. Hypertonic urine is formed. Next one is protein free fluids is filtered from blood plasma into the Bowman capsule. So correct only. So due to 10 mm Hg pressure, proteins never filtrated into the Bowman capsule. So true statements. Henle's loop play an important role in concentrating the urine. So correct. Next one is glucose is actively reabsorbed in the proximal convoluted tubule. It is also true. Give a brief account of counter current mechanism. Brief account of counter current mechanism. What is counter current? Movement of fluids in opposite direction. Flow of renal fluid is opposite in two limbs of loop of Henle. In the descending limb, renal fluid flow from outer border of medulla to inner border. In the ascending limb, renal fluid or primary urine is passing from inner border of medulla to outer border. That is one counter current. Flow of renal fluid is opposite in two limbs of loop of Henle, one counter current. Next one, flow of blood is opposite in two limbs of vasa recta. It is the descending limb of vasa recta, ascending limb of vasa recta. In descending limb of vasa recta, blood flows from outer border of medulla to inner border of medulla. In ascending limb, blood flows from inner border of medulla to outer border. So it is another counter current. The flow of renal fluid in one limb of loop of Henle and the flow of blood in the corresponding limb of vasa recta also opposite. The flow of renal fluid in the descending limb of loop of Henle is opposite to flow of blood in the ascending limb of vasa recta. So these are three types of counter current flow. Due to counter current flow, concentration increases. Next one is Describe the role of liver, lungs and skin in excretion. Liver degrades some RBC. As a result, bile within pigments are formed. The liver release bile within pigments and degraded sterols, drugs, some vitamins into the lumen of alimentary canal. Finally, we sent out all these substances along with fecal matter during defecation. Lungs, every day it release 20 liters of carbon dioxide and abundant amount of water vapor. So every day nearly 400 ml of water vapor goes out through lungs. Next one, sweat gland. Sweat gland excrete urea, sodium chloride and also lactic acid. The main function of sweat gland is regulate our body temperature. In addition, they eliminate urea, sodium chloride, lactic acid. Next one is sebaceous glands, also known as oil glands. They release sebum. The sebum keep the hair and skin smooth and healthy. Moreover, release hydrocarbons, wax, sterols. Next one is explain micturition. The process of release of urine is known as micturition. So when the urinary bladder is loaded with urine, so at the time, due to heaviness, the urinary bladder may try to expand. At the time, stretch receptors present on the urinary bladder stimulate and they send message to brain. The brains send voluntary message to the urinary bladder. The urinary bladder undergo contraction, sphincter relax simultaneously and release the urine. The process of releasing of urine is known as micturition. The nervous system, the activity of nervous system involved in micturition is known as micturition reflex. So micturition is a voluntary action. Even though the brain sends the signal, whenever our body wants to urinate, the brain send positive message only. So that's why urination is a voluntary action. Next one, match the following. Ammonotelism, Bowman's capsule, micturition, uricotelism, ADH in one column, birds, water reabsorption, bony fishes, urinary bladder, renal tubule, another column. Ammonotelism by bony fishes. Bony fishes also known as Osteichthyes fishes. They excrete ammonia only. Next one is Bowman capsule. So that is renal tubule. Micturition, urinary bladder, contraction of urinary bladder only, micturition is possible. Uricotelism, excretion of uric acid. Uricotelism exhibited by reptiles, aves, terrestrial insects and land snails. Next one, antidiuretic hormone responsible for water reabsorption. What is meant by the term osmoregulation? Regulation of osmotic concentration, osmotic pressure of blood by maintain the water levels in the blood. Osmoregulation, regulation of osmosis. So regulation of body fluid level. If water level decreases in the blood, osmotic pressure increases. So what is meant by osmoregulation means maintain the osmotic concentration, osmotic pressure of blood by maintain the proper water levels in the blood. So kidneys perform osmoregulation in our body. Terrestrial animals are generally either uricotelic or ureotelic or uricotelic, not ammonotelic. Why? So to release nitrogenous waste material in the form of ammonia, they use more amount of water. 500 ml of water required for the conversion of nitrogenous waste material into ammonia. For most of the animals, scarcity of water. That's why terrestrial animal excrete the nitrogenous waste material in the form of urea or uric acid. Actually, plentiful amount of water is available. Such animals only excrete the nitrogenous waste material in ammonia. That's why aquatic amphibian, aquatic insects, bony fishes and several invertebrates excrete nitrogenous waste material in the form of ammonia. They live in water only. For some animal, spend moderate amount of water for the conversion of nitrogenous waste material. If animals spend moderate amount of water, nitrogenous waste material converted into urea. For several animals, desert animals, reptile, birds, they fail to afford water for the conversion of nitrogenous waste material into either ammonia or urea. That's why they excrete nitrogenous waste material in the form of uric acid. If any animal excrete nitrogenous waste material in the form of uric acid, means they conserve the water, save the water. Next one is what is the significance of juxtaglomerular apparatus in kidney function? Whenever blood volume decreases, the juxtaglomerular cells identify the decrease of blood volume, release renin. We already discussed. Renin converts angiotensinogen secreted by liver into angiotensin 1. Now lungs release angiotensin converting enzyme. Angiotensin converting enzyme converts angiotensin 1 into angiotensin 2. Angiotensin 2 regulation of kidney function. Angiotensin 2 stimulate the adrenal cortex. Adrenal cortex release aldosterone. Aldosterone responsible for faculty to reabsorption and increase the blood volume. Next one. A chordate animal having flame cells as excretory structure, branchiostoma. It belongs to subphylum Cephalochordata. Cortical portion projecting between the medulla pyramids in the human kidney, renal columns or columns of Bertini. A loop of capillary running parallel to the Henle's loop, that is vasa recta. Peritubular network present around the loop of Henle, given a special name vasa recta. The blood capillary network present around PCT, DCT, known as peritubular network only. Fill in the gaps. Ascending limb of Henle's loop is dashed to water, so impermeable to water, whereas the descending limb is impermeable to electrolytes. Reabsorption of water from distal part of the tubule is facilitated by hormone, antidiuretic hormone or vasopressin. You already know reabsorption in PCT and descending limb of loop of Henle is mandatory, compulsory, no hormone, no enzyme required. In presence of antidiuretic hormone or aldosterone only, facultative reabsorption take place in DCT and straight collecting duct. So reabsorption in DCT and straight collecting duct is not mandatory. If hormone is present, facultative reabsorption. In the absence of hormone, no reabsorption. Next one. Dialysis fluid contain all the constituents as in the plasma except urea and uric acid. A healthy adult human excrete on an average dash grams of urea, 25 to 30 grams of urea per day. So with this I complete excretory products and their elimination.